matter where you are on the field, when a team has that many chunk plays at one time, no matter if you're building momentum, how much does that disturb the momentum you're building?
Excuse me?
When if you're building momentum, when a team has that many chunk plays, a 65-yard play or 46-yard play, how much do those kind of plays shift the momentum, take the momentum?
I mean, it's great whenever we have those chunk plays. The opponent. I mean.
When you're doing well and then something like that does happen.
Yeah, no. If anything, that motivates us. We see that as we got to go harder. We got to keep going. Next time, next drive, we get the ball back. We got to push hard and go out and make plays and erase that whatever they just did. So, if anything, it brings us together. To answer your question.
Charlie, how deflating was that 4th and 1? You're right there, down by a point. You're in their territory, and then you get a stop.
Yeah, I mean, as I'm sure you heard Coach Dazier say, it was a big turning point in the game, and I'm not one to comment on the offense as a whole, but we just tried to keep pushing after that, and obviously that was tough because then they went back and had their big drive after that, but our guys are working hard every day, and we weren't fazed by that at all. We were ready to go and ready to rebite and get back in there.
Did you feel like offensively you guys were able to do some things, big step from last week?
Yeah, I feel like every week since the beginning of the season we've been taking strides, and this week was great in terms of throwing the ball. We threw the ball a little better than we have in the past, but so next week we're hoping to take an even bigger stride and have a great game against Clemson.
What did you see from Anthony this week? Obviously, he had a tough week last week.
Mm-hmm.
What did you see from him throughout the week that kind of led into his what was obviously a bit of a bounce-back performance today?
Yeah, everyone, every quarterback's going to experience a bad week. From my experience being a fifth year, playing for 4 years, quarterbacks, they have tough weeks, and it's really about how they respond, which signifies how they're going to play the next week. And he's been awesome. He really rallied the troops together, and we got a couple great leaders on this team, and he's one of them. And it's just great to see a young guy who's starting his 3rd game to come back and have the poise and be a great player. So.
Charlie, explain what happened on your catch for the touchdown, the 4th and goal. I mean, Anthony made a fabulous play, getting hit, throwing it off his back foot, you making the catch.
Mm-hmm.
At the end, what did you see on the play?
Which, the second one?
Second one, yes. 4th and goal, I guess, from the 4th.
Yeah, I mean, I went up and ran a wheel route, pulled it down, and hit the ground, and I secured it throughout the catch. And I don't know, kid got his hand in there after I was on the ground, so I caught it. The ref saw it. They reviewed it, and they couldn't overturn it. So, yeah, it was a hell of a play. Anthony made a great ball, threw it up, trusted it. He trusted the receiver was going to be there in the spot that he needed to be, and he makes plays like that all the time in practice. So it's really no surprise to me. But it was a great way to come bounce back after a tough drive by the defense.
Yeah, you guys, I think, were down 15 after that play.
Mm-hmm.
When you're coming back to the sideline, what was the energy like? And obviously, I would assume the feeling was you guys are definitely back in the game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a 2-possession game at that point. I don't know, it was probably beginning of the 4th quarter, and we expected to get 4 or 5 more drives in that quarter, and all we need is 2 touchdowns. So, do the math, less than half of the drives we're about to have, we just need to score. So, we're totally in the game. The game's fully in reach. Energy was high, guys were pushing. It was great to get that momentum swing back towards our way, and even for the defense, got them all excited too. So.
We'll take 2 more. We'll go Sully and Julian.
On that first touchdown you had, it seemed like really tight coverage there from Julian Love, I guess it was. What do you see on the throw from Anthony, especially with that tight window?
He threw a great ball. We've been looking at that play a lot, and as of this whole week in the game, I don't know if you guys watched the Georgia game last week, but a couple of their players had post routes on floods that were wide open, and they beat the corners well, and the safety had a tough time getting backside over to coverage. So we knew that was a good possibility that that play would come open. So when he called that play, my eyes lit up. So did Anthony's, and he threw a strike right in there, perfect position, and I got to go up and make a play. So It was a great job by Anthony.
Obviously, I know you take one game at a time. This one's over. You go in honestly, but you kind of know the stretches coming when you have a tough rivalry game and then one of the top teams in the country.
Mhm.
You know, inside the locker room, kind of navigate that.
Yeah, so, I mean, biggest thing is sticking together. You know, there's going to be a lot of talk from students or press and media, and, you know, just a lot of outsiders getting in our ears. And, you know, our biggest thing is that we're going to need to kind of tune them out, stick together, trust in the coaching, trust in each other, that we're all going to have each other's backs and go out there and give it our best shot against Clemson.
Charlie, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You guys.